All right, so this is gonna be probably one of the more unique videos you've ever seen from my channel. During the course of this video, you're gonna see me and my team pretty much running from Phoenix Sneakercon in Phoenix, then jumping on planes, multiple planes, to get to Tampa Sneaker Travelers next day. A lot of great conversations, a lot of significant moments, a lot of powerful moments that I think people that are trying to figure out or want to become or want to better or improve themselves, that they need to hear, that you need to hear, that I needed to hear. I know that it's been a while since I've dropped a video, and it was really because I was game planning on how to get this done. I've been half-assing it on the channel for a minute, and it wasn't really intentional. It just kind of got away from me, and I really just had to regroup and give you something that you guys needed. And I think going forward, the expectation for this channel should be more substance instead of just the redundant, yo, look at what I bought, because that's not why we're all watching or need to be watching. So sit back, enjoy this video. Make sure to comment what your favorite part of this video was, what you'd like to see more, what you'd like to see less of, and then share it for me one time, man. And I'll catch y'all at the tail end of the video. What a day, bro. We just got started. We're here at Sneakercon Phoenix, and one of the newest parts of Sneakercon and one of the activations that I've been seeing coming around a lot more often, I think this is like the third or fourth time I've seen them at a Sneakercon, is eBay. And the cool thing about eBay is that a lot of resellers could probably tie into their stories, or if you ask them, they'll tell you. eBay is pretty much the first platform that any of us as resellers have ever started on. So to see them here doing free, legit checks and helping these resellers and first-time buyers and rookie resellers and buyers be able to see that the transactions that they're doing are safe and legit. It's cool to see all the authenticators that they have. But the other part, which is really dope, when we take this walk, so these guys have one of the biggest lines at pretty much every show now since they've been coming, right? And you basically get to spin the wheel and win shoes. But check out this line. It's a pretty, it's a lot longer line than most of us other vendors, but it's really dope to see. They're giving back to the community. They got some awesome shirts that they're giving away. eBay's been around, if I'm not mistaken, since '95 reselling. So let's go check out this wheel spin. So pretty much guys are winning anything from shoe cleaner to sneakers. And the wheel's going off right now. Let's see what this person wins. This guy just won a sticker. You pretty much get to just, all you gotta do is tap a button. Wheel goes off. Oh, that was close. They almost won some sneakers. How many people do you think spin the wheel?
This is the first one at work, but I'd say we're already into 200 probably. So 200 in an hour.
200 people an hour are coming in and spinning the wheel, and they have prizes pretty much for every person. So it's a 7-hour show, so they're on pace to have 1,400 people spin this wheel. 1,400 prizes is pretty crazy. In the first hour, they've had 5 people win sneakers already, which is amazing.
Going back to Vegas?
Next week.
Oh, that's next week?
Yeah, I'm going to another show from here.
You are? Oh,
yeah.
We were thinking about heading over there.
Yeah, I'll be there like the 28th.
The 28th.
So this is pretty awesome to see, man. He got sneakers. Hell yeah, let's go, bro.
Let's go!
Which one are you grabbing? You going for your size, or you going for something that you can resell?
Everything in here, maybe?
Go for, research it. Figure out what the most expensive sneaker is and grab that.
you
Car mines are good, bro.
What's point on you? Flipping for something else?
Yeah, I mean, dude, you know what you should do is you should take whatever shoe that you think has the most value and then just start the trade-up challenge and trade it around and get into what you want.
See what I can get, yeah.
So what's scaring you?
I don't know, bro. Like, it's kind of hard to explain.
Explain. I mean, trust me, if anybody could understand what's scaring you, it's me.
It's just, you know, like I've been trying to do the resale game, you know,
Okay.
but it's just hard.
How long you been reselling? Because I know that you've been tagging me a lot of stuff, and I try to repost it for you, but how long you been reselling?
About a year now.
A year. How many hours a week do you spend reselling? Like, how many hours a day do you spend trying to resell or research?
Depending on my schedule, I work from 3 in the morning to 1 p.m., so it's pretty tough schedule to maintain, you know.
But that's your job,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's
so,
my job.
but reselling aspect of it, how many hours do you invest in?
I say at least 4 to 5 max, probably.
4 or 5. All right, so 5 hours. How many days a week?
I'd say 3, bro. 3.
So 15 hours a week.
Yeah.
And you've been doing 15 hours a week reselling for how long?
A year now.
A year.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna round to 4.5 hours, right? And you're doing that times 3 days a week, right? And you're doing that times 4 weeks a month, and then you're doing that times 12 months. That's 648 hours
Yeah.
into something you don't even understand yet.
Yeah, I'm still trying to.
So
get
it's
used to
frustrating,
this,
right?
Yeah.
You don't know, you're scared, you're trying stuff, but like you're not getting the support that you think you should.
Yeah.
But you see people like me reposting it, and you're like, oh wow, he's paying attention.
Yeah, I mean, you're the first dude that got me into the reselling game, you know, because I came across a YouTube video, I'd say about 2 years ago, and from then on, I've been just like trying to, you know, observe what you do, you know,
But you're missing the biggest part when you're observing what I do, right?
Okay.
Is that I'm working without restrictions or barriers.
Yeah.
I'm not focused on why I can't. I'm only focused on the hours that I put in.
Yeah.
So in 1 year, you put in 648 hours, right?
Yeah.
You want to know what I put in? And it's not about look how much further I could be.
Yeah.
It's just about look at how much further I'm willing to go. And you see it every day. So your hours were 648 hours, right?
Yeah.
Somebody told me to be good, you have to have 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours to be good at something.
Yeah.
You're at 648. So me, I work 15 hours a day. And I do that times 7. And I do that times 4. And then when I take that by 12. So I'm doing 3 times as much effort. 3 times as much energy, 3 times as much sacrifices, 3 times as many problems.
Yeah.
Right? But it's not even about the problems. It's about that I've had this much time to figure out solutions. Right? Now, this is 1 year, but I'm really like here. Right? That's 9 years of no excuses. That's 9 years of when everybody tells me I shouldn't, or everybody points a finger and says I can't, or when I look at people that I know that should be supporting me and telling me, yo, do this, do that.
Yeah.
Right? And then I got people that are like, nah, you shouldn't. And I got people that I know should work with me, but don't want to give me the opportunity because they don't understand. That's all the things that you're going through, right?
Yeah.
You're at 648 hours.
I need to increase that more. Yeah. My biggest mistake was spending $2K, bro.
No. It wasn't a mistake. That was one of the biggest blessings that you've had, because the $2,000 that you invested that didn't work out the way that you did, that you feel like you lost, was a $2,000 lesson. That's going to be one of the cheapest lessons you've learned in the entire fucking process. You only lost $2,000, but you're capable of making millions now because of a $2,000 mistake. Not every lesson, not every opportunity is gonna let you make $1. Some of them you have to lose what you feel you can't afford to lose because it's gonna make you more efficient. You're looking at things wrong, and it goes back to the hours. You haven't had enough hours in to really process what you're doing to understand that. You'll be fine. For me, it's gonna sound like I made this shit up. Tell them what it was like for me on my grand opening day, and where I was at and how I got home, and what that day was like for me.
It was crazy, man. It was crazy. Actually, so I got there like I don't even know what time in the morning it was. But anyway, at the end of the night, you know, I was leaving and I was going to get my car. And I walk outside and there's Jay standing in line trying to get a ride home. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? He's like, I just got to get a ride home. And I'm like, damn, bro, I'll give you a ride. He's like, nah, it's all good. It's all good. So he was just standing on line, you know, just chilling with everybody else, you know, being as humble as he always is.
Here's the full story. Okay,
Yeah, nobody just pops out of nowhere and you book through. You know what I mean?
So what happened was I had a whole collection of old Dunks, like boxes of them.
Right.
I went on to SB Collectors, Chris Robinson's live, because he was doing, you know, we were doing the show 3, blah, blah. So I'm showing everybody their shoes, and I was showing my shoes. And then he goes, well, what else you got? You know, I was like, well, we're going to do a shoe thing. I'll go outside and show you the box I made. You know, I made a box for Chunky Dunky. And he looked at it, he was like, yo, what the fuck is this? And then I was like, oh, but I have this too. And I had this other piece that I made for 2Js because I saw 2Js on the live and I was like, well, I made this for 2Js and it was a little gold, like the gold UN piece. And I was like, I made this for 2Js, but I don't know how to get to them. And so SB Coach said, oh, I got you. So he came, brought me in and was like, hey, everybody came on live. It was like, yo, moon dust, everybody. You remember that in the comments? Moon, bring moon dust on, bring moon. I was like, oh my God. And so, yeah, he was like, okay, we need to bring this person on. Whoever this moon dust guy is, we need to bring him on. So Jay brought me on, and literally since then, he's guided me, held my hand through this entire process, and basically birthed Moon Dust to be what it is right now. Like I said, like I always say, 2Js is more than just like a friend or brother. The guy is the most selfless person I've ever met in my life. He literally knows that he could have taken this and ran with it himself, but he gave it to me. You know what I mean? He gave it to me and said, here, this is how you do this, and this is what you do, and this is what you do right now to make this work. And I did it. I did everything he said. So when 2J says, oh, he asked you to jump, I don't ask why. I just say how high. You know what I'm saying? Because the dude is, if you want the picture perfect person for success, it's that dude. From the ground, literally from dirt all the way to where he's at right now. And he's willing to bring people like us with him. It blows my mind because the dude doesn't have to do it. He's fine by himself. But he goes and he says, yo, B, Westside Gun needs this. Yo, B, so-and-so needs that. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. You know, so to me, without somebody like Jay to catapult something like this, you really don't have it until somebody like that comes and helps you to get there. And I owe everything to Jay. It doesn't matter what anybody says. They say, why does Jay get to have everything? Why do you always do stuff for Jay? It's like, well, why wouldn't you, right? Jay put me on. Like, if he wants something, I'm gonna do it for him. Doesn't matter. I'll drop everything to do stuff for 2Js. And people think it's me sucking up to 2Js. They can think whatever the fuck they want to, but the dude gave me a career. He gave me a second career. Because already I was the art director for Element Skateboards, right? So I was doing well. He came in and gave me a whole second life. And now we get to do this for a living. And I mean, it's a dream still. To be honest, it's a dream still. I don't even know what to think. And so, yeah, I mean,
I remember that live like it was yesterday.
Me too.
Like, Joni, come here, come check this out.
Yeah. And there was that gold piece. And you know, ever since then, I've been known as the guy that was like, you know, I work for 2J, and it doesn't bother me. I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? I'm totally okay with that because if that's what it takes, it's what it takes. He brought me here. I'm down. I'm always down for Jay, no matter what, dude. No matter what. So. But yeah, this is what he helped me birth, and now we're here doing really cool shit, and I get to do this for a living. How much better does it get? I get to play with shoes and make boxes for shoes all day long. It's unreal. Right. It's unreal. Yeah. So if 2Js, if you see this, thank you, brother. Thank you so much, dude. I love you, man. I love you. For real.
Big fucking Griselda, big Lucha shit, Camo Monk, GXF Fire. It's my first Sneakercon, and I'm getting tatted at Sneakercon. Shout out to my homie Jay over at Urban Necessities, Big Caesars Palace, Las Vegas shit. Y'all wouldn't understand. I don't know. Big Griselda.
I've been reselling for 12 years. Why Sneakercon? Because Sneakercon is the best show on earth. You're gonna move the most units and get the prices that you want, hands down. one piece of advice that I would give to anybody trying to resell is ride the wave. Like, right now we know it's Dunk, then it's gonna be Travis Scott. And make sure when you're reselling, you have something that people want and you have something that nobody else has.
I've been reselling sneakers since 2015. I started as a business back in 2019, so 2 years. Why Sneakercon? It's the greatest show on earth. There's no greater place to find as many sneakerheads, sneaker collectors, resellers, everything in between than Sneakercon. What I tell everybody when they ask me what's needed to start selling sneakers is sell one shoe. It all begins with the first shoe. There's no secret formula to how to move 100 pairs, but if you can't move one pair, you can't move thousands.
Yeah, I've been reselling since about 2010. Why I choose Sneakercon is because of the people, the culture. I like to meet new people and faces and actually be able to connect their nostalgicness, you know what I'm saying, to the sneaker that they want. All right, one piece of advice I'm gonna say that if you're gonna resell or open a shop is work ethic, man. You have to have a lot of work ethic. You know, you can't be half-assed on any of it. You gotta go 100. You can't go 50%. Yeah, man, I've been rocking with JC, man, since the trunk days, man. Back in the day, man, had the Carmines, man, since he was over at his mother-in-law's house, like, it was going down.
So basically, he was just telling me, you know, he wants me to tell my story about being, you know, a woman, being an African-American woman, and still working every day. But I'm out here trying to build my brand, trying to raise my daughter. And he said that basically I need to be the gatekeeper for a lot of these women out here that don't think it's possible to do what I'm doing. So to be able to keep on, you know, working and hustling and making ways for my daughter, like I'm doing all of this even still with a job, and I'm a firefighter, and he knows that. And he knows I work every day, you know, trying to make a way. I save lives for a living. So it's a lot mentally that goes on, and he's just telling me to keep pushing, I can do it. He knows it's hard, but he said to keep on pushing and fighting and getting through it and show these other people what is possible, and it is possible for y'all to do the same thing that I'm doing. So it really hit home with me today because the last year and a half has been rough, but it was just confirmation. It was confirmation. And I never really knew how I wanted to put my story together to share it with the world. But 2J's just confirmed it for me. And JC is like a brother to me. So for it to come from him, it's everything. So it just touched my heart. And now I know 100% what story I need to tell, what I need to show to these other young ladies, that it's possible to keep pushing and making it happen, even though life continues to happen around you. JC, I appreciate you, bro. It's all love, peace.
I had, obviously everybody knows most people know my story, how I started, why, I've kind of explained the how a few times, like in parts, but to see, like, it stopped being about me a long time ago. You know what I mean? Like, the movement really had to stop being about me a long time ago, and the focus has always been on the people that allow us to make $1 with them, and then bringing to light people that are deserving of your time, effort, and energy, and then having a following and a support system that believes and buys in that, like, when you're like, yo, family, squad, listen, he the next one up. Let's get them the support they need. Let's let it breathe and see where it goes. And it's just really dope. Hearing people talk about, like, your energy and effort means this to me. Because of your energy and effort, I've been able to do this, and it changed that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that never gets old. Because, like, even though, like the end goal is the same, right? You go from not having to having, right? Or not being able to being able to. It's always the same in that aspect, but like the narrative is always different, even though it's the same like end or outcome. Guys, wow. You finish saying what I'm saying, and then you look at the reaction, and you're like, that's what I needed to say, and I don't even know how the fuck I said it. You know, a lot of people that are in sneakers or are hoarders, right? Like the collector, which is the nicer way to say it. The collector normally are people that have like underlying issues that they don't feel comfortable talking about, right? And so they dive into these worlds where they kind of get away from reality a little bit and get consumed, and it keeps them out of trouble, right? And I think to be, you kind of have to have that in you to be able to let go or like get caught up in something to be good at something. You're not going to be good at everything, but I think that being flawed and having issues you're not comfortable with, when you get into sneakers, it's a great outlet that could alter and help fix a lot of those issues, or help you address a lot of those issues. And I see that a lot at the shows.
Yeah, the conversations always go so much deeper than sneakers.
Man, it's never about the sneakers.
It's never about
bro.
sneakers.
It ain't never been about the shows. I think, you know, I come to a lot of these shows. Not because I have a need to. You know, it's not like an ego stroke that I'm doing it. This stuff, it's exhausting, but like, you know, I've been at it like I've been reselling like 8-9 years, and 8-9 years you got people following and supporting and talking about it and allowing, and every day it's new to somebody else. Every day someone else is curious, and every day I have an opportunity through these shows to really just like alter someone's thought process, and that could literally change the whole trajectory of where they're going with it. You know?
Yeah.
How do you not help save the time?
That is not going to be work like that. You just make one reservation and you use it for 2 days. You cannot use it. After 11 o'clock is the new day starting, man. I'm not going to be allowed to take in shower if you guys have a pay for another night.
Yo, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. I just want to check into my room.
No, sir. If you have a new reservation,
I don't even know who you're talking to on the phone, bro. I'm a whole different thing. I just want to check into a room. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do, bro. I don't know who you're talking to on the phone.
I want you to sell shirts with a dirty ass.
Hey, won't be the first. Probably won't be the last. But no, that's very wild. But it's very fitting for where we're at.
Been that kind of weekend though.
Yeah, man. I get constant reminders of like, I always want instant, right? Like I always feel like I don't have enough time, because I really kind of don't. And I get constant reminders like that. You need to slow down. I just want to take a shower, bro.
take some images and make them into like cartoon drawings, like that. So I have a couple pictures that I think are sneakers that mean something to you. So hopefully you appreciate them. This one I think is, if I'm right, the shoe that kind of started it all for you. He knew.
I knew about it. I didn't want to blow the spot.
I wanted to make sure he would approve.
I thought it was the most beautiful thing, man.
And then this was another one. I just thought the picture you had was cool, but it was a pair that I know that I knew meant something to you. Oh, sorry.
Put you on the game. Damn, bro, you killed it. That's way with the tax and everything, be the Edison. That shit is wild, bro. And the Tesla, get the fuck out of here. Hey, bro. Hey, that shit is dope, man. Yeah, bro. That shit is real dope. That shit is wild, bro. I like that shit a lot. From the beginning. Yo. Shit is crazy with the tattoos and shit. That shit is beautiful, bro. Thank you.
Like I said, I just knew it was the shoes, because that's what it's about. It's about the sneakers, nothing about the success or any of that. It's about the sneakers, about the culture. So.
I'm saying, I'm like, should I commission this nigga for a whole piece? And then I'm like, well, let me check the account first. Let me check the chequera first.
You like, it's like the shoes on the floor, the fucking shirt. I know what shirt that is. I was literally talking to the guy that I bought these shoes from yesterday and told him like this was a shoe.
I'm trying to get Jay's leg
so
in the picture.
my wife and my ex-business partner, we had a list of 5 shoes we all wanted. And we, like, this is when we weren't even paying ourselves. And we said no matter what, where we were at, if we had it, if we didn't have it, if these certain shoes popped up, we would do anything and everything to get them.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of them. That was the most expensive shoe I had ever bought. And I was like not even a year into my brand. And that was like an $8,000 shoe. And I wore them for like 40 minutes. And
they crumbled. I remember because you were talking to Eric from Bandolay in one of your collection videos, and so.
I'm gonna get the shoe back for the picture. I'm gonna put this with the shoe.
But this, to me, yeah, this just symbolized you. Like the shop, kind of in the beginning, you know, one of your first stores, and that shoe. So,
yeah,
hope you like them.
Fuck me up with them. Thank you, bro.
You're welcome. Absolutely.
I think I met JC when he was about 15, 16 years old. Used to stay in Rutgers University with my cousins. And I had a bail bonds company, so I asked him, I said, yo, would you be interested in doing this? I brought him in, and everything that he did in there was different. You know what I mean? This guy was talking about computers before there was no computers. He wanted to input my stuff, and I was real, how can I say it, stubborn and old school, brown paper bag, and I never understood it. So he went with me, did real good, went even as far as going into jail and turning himself in on some bullshit charges just to create bails and bring bails. And we made a lot of money. And eventually Jay ended up leaving. He went to Vegas, and I ended up visiting him out there. So I went out there, you know, and I seen how he was living. He kept talking about the sneakers. I really didn't understand what he was talking about. So while we were out there, you know, he was going through some hard times. They ended up repossessing his car. He lost his apartment. When I left there, I left him whatever money I had that I didn't lose in the casino. And he ended up staying there. I begged him to come back with us, and he said, nah, Tobe, I'm on a mission. You don't understand, I'm gonna make this shit happen.
I met JC in high school in New Jersey in 1995, but we got a little bit of history that goes a little farther back than that. When I went to his house, I was like a junior in high school, and I saw he had a little league picture. He had a little league picture on the mantle with my uncle's jersey. So even though I met him, we were 15. When he was a little kid, he used to play Little League for my uncle's Little League team. So that was just a little something. But what I remember is that when we were kids, he was really the only one of us that had a job. You know what I mean?
2 J's has been my man for like close to 30 years. We go back, I mean, like early childhood, and he's always been on that fly stuff. That's all we ever did. When we coming up, we was rocking Fly's Polo, Nordica, and the kicks, and every week we meet up and see what's up, who got the best fitted, and it's been like that since day one. But beyond that, the dude is more than a friend. He's really like a brother to me. When my mom passed, he came through and he took care of all the expenses for my mom's funeral. And I'm forever in debt, man, because, I mean, when we didn't have nothing, all we had was each other. It was always on that mutual friendship, and then it was just so wonderful. Like, the dude is great. The dude is solid, always been solid. And I'm grateful to call him my brother.
So I really didn't understand about, I want to say like 3 months later, I get a phone call, yo, Tobe, I need your help. I'm staying in these lines for 2-3 days, and there's some bad people out there, and I'm losing my spot. So I'll be straight up, I thought he was crazy. You know what I mean? I didn't understand. But now I see the whole picture, This kid ended up opening up a store, got one of the biggest stores in the whole country, and I just got mad respect for this kid, B. This kid don't fall down, he's a fucking animal.
So, obviously later on that translates. He was never just scared of work, The gig back then was he had a job for Snapple, the juice, and he used to deliver the stuff to the grocery stores and all that. And the gig was just to put the stuff on the shelf, but he wouldn't leave it like that, He would make sure all the labels were facing out, all the flavors were just so, and that was just an indication of things to come, you know what I mean?
A lot of stories, but I remember one day I gave him like $2,000 that he had made for the week. And he went straight to a sneaker store and spent the whole $2,000 on one pair. I was outside punching the glass. You dumb motherfucker, what are you doing, bro? You gotta save your money, but I didn't understand. Them sneakers right now, probably 100 G's.
So I guess it started with Snapple and it just never stopped. The dude is just, not afraid to work, but even better than that, he's not one of those cats that's out here working and then complaining about all the stuff he has to do,
We even went as far, like I said before, as far as JC going into jail to create bails, which, that takes a lot of heart, man. You're in there with murderers and, all type of people swimming in there. And basically used to bring them to the phone and I would bail them out, take their money. But we came a long way, man.
We were in Fort Lauderdale at a sneaker show like 2 years ago, and he was having a bad day, So when we were talking to the side, he was wearing it on his face, things weren't great that day. And a little kid came up and was like, oh, you're 2 J's. And by the time he turned around to look at the little kid, he was brand new. And he just gave the little kid nothing but love. And I feel like that's a beautiful thing, That he turns it on for all these kids out here, because I'm an old man, but I look around, it's a lot of kids out here, and they look up to Jay, and I feel like, he's the right cat to look up to, because ever since we was kids, it was all about working, and he got a lot of love for these kids. Those little kids had no idea the kind of day he was having, and that's what's up, that's important. So he's the dude, he's the right dude for all of this.
When I first met JC, he was very, very smart. He was almost too smart. He was so smart that it made him arrogant. And he was very, very arrogant, and he knew it all. And maybe he did know it all. So one day we got into a little argument, and he had a habit where he would So I don't know, man. We locked up in a real intense conversation, intense argument. Next thing you know, the soda went flying and I threw a kick and I ended up breaking his hand. I felt so fucking bad, I cried. I went to the hospital, I went to the mall, I bought him like 3 or 4 pairs of Jordans, sweatsuits. I gave it to him in the emergency room and I gave him a raise because I suffer from, you know, anger issues and shit too, you know? But been through a lot of shit, man. And in the beginning, I seen him stand in lines, you know, maybe a couple $100, $1,200, stand in line, you know, went on 3 or 4 sneakers, come back the next week with 3,000, the next week 6,000. I've seen nothing but progression from this kid. I've seen him go from a dead mall and turn the mall into the best mall. You know what I mean? And I don't know anybody that's in Caesar's Palace besides Louis Vuitton, Gucci. He did it. You know what I'm saying? Not only did he did it, he's in there with 19,000 square feet. You know what I mean? From ice cream to puppies to anything, bro. He got the Midas touch.
To watch him flourish from selling one shoe to having the biggest store in Las Vegas, probably in the United States, it's an amazing journey, and the way people, how many people love him, and it's just a beautiful thing. And that dude, I could say, you know, like I said, I'm grateful to call him my brother, and I'm grateful to say he's my right-hand dude, my best friend. And out of a lot of cats, I don't hang with a lot of people, but I'm grateful to have that man on my side and at my call at any moment. And he knows till the casket drops, it is what it is. That's my dude.
At the end of the day, everybody looks at JC and they're like, wow, look what he did. I look at JC like, God damn, what's coming? You know, what's coming? Because with this guy here, there's no limit. You know what I mean? I done seen it all. I know how he thinks. He's not arrogant, he's humble, he helps people, takes care of everybody. And when you got all those qualities, the sky's the limit. You know what I mean? I consider him the Pope of sneakers, you know what I mean? To me, there is nobody bigger in sneakers. Nobody. The biggest, and he did it. And I seen it happen, bro, and I think there's much more to come, a lot more to come. Big, big things are coming. He stays hungry. And I'm not surprised at all, man.
So shout out to my sponsors, man. They made this video happen. Monster, Sneakercon, Sneaker Travelers. Thank you guys for allowing me to come hang out over this weekend. Thank you for watching. And from here, a lot more shows, a lot of crazy moments, a lot of holidays and stuff happening are coming up with Urban Necessities. And there's Boston, there's Cleveland. I think there might be a Dallas, maybe even an Atlanta moment happening over the next 2 to 3 months. So make sure to turn those notifications on and subscribe to the channel, man. Adios.